A reading from the book of Genesis. At the time when the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, while as yet there was no field shrub on earth, and no grass of the field had sprouted, for the Lord God had sent no rain upon the earth, and there was no man to till the soil. But a stream was welling up out of the earth, and was watering all the surface of the ground. Then the Lord God formed man out of the clay of the ground, and blew into his nostrils the breath of life, and so man became a living being. Then the Lord God planted a garden in Eden in the east, and he placed there the man whom he had formed. Out of the ground the Lord God made various trees grow that were delightful to look at and good for food, with the tree of life in the middle of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The Lord God then took the man and settled him in the Garden of Eden to cultivate and care for it. The Lord God gave man this order: "You are free to eat from any of the trees of the garden, except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. From that tree you shall not eat. The moment you eat from it, you are surely doomed to die." The word of the Lord. O bless the Lord, my soul. Bless the Lord, O my soul. O Lord, my God, you are great indeed. You are clothed with majesty and glory, robed in light as with a cloak. All creatures look to you to give them food in due time. When you give it to them, they gather it. When you open your hand, they are filled with good things. If you take away their breath, they perish and return to their dust. When you send forth your Spirit, they are created, and you renew the face of the earth.
Your word, O Lord, is truth. Consecrate us in the truth. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Jesus summoned the crowd again and said to them, "Hear me, all of you, and understand. Nothing that enters one from outside can defile that person, but the things that come out from within are what defile." When he got home away from the crowd, his disciples questioned him about the parable. He said to them, "Are even you likewise without understanding? Do you not realize that everything that goes into a person from outside cannot defile, since it enters not the heart, but the stomach, and passes out into the latrine? Thus he declared all foods clean. But what comes out of the man, that is what defiles him. From within the man, from his heart, come evil thoughts, unchastity, theft, murder, adultery, greed, malice, deceit, licentiousness, envy, blasphemy, arrogance, folly. All these evils come from within and they defile. The Gospel of the Lord. Most of the sins that we struggle with have to do with our tongue. St. James, in his letter, would say, men have been able to tame wild animals, but there's only one thing that man hasn't tamed so far, the tongue. St. Paul gives this advice: never let evil talk pass your lips. Never let evil talk pass your lips. Say only the things that others need to hear, things that will help them, things that will encourage them, things that will inspire them to grow. So let that be something that we ask God to bless us today, to bless our tongue, our lips, so that the words we say may lift people up instead of bringing them down. That the words we say may build people and not destroy them. And of course, the words come out, as Jesus would say, come out from the hearts. When we have a clean heart, our words are clean as well. I like that prayer, that psalm that David prayed. Create a clean heart in me, O God. When we have a clean heart, everything else follows. Today is the memorial of Saint Josephine Bakitha, and let me just read to you a little description of her life. I find it inspiring. Josephine was born around 1869 in Sudan, in Africa, and she was raised in the Islamic faith. She was kidnapped around the age of 7 by slave traders who gave her the name Bakitha, meaning lucky one. She was sold to a number of owners until she was purchased at about the age of 12 by the Italian consul, Callisto Legnani. He brought her to Italy, and while serving as a nanny, was sent to live with the Canossian sisters in Venice. There she was formally introduced to the faith, got baptized, and eventually granted her freedom. In 1896, she joined the Canossian Daughters of Charity, and for 25 years served her sisters as cook, seamstress, and portress of their houses in Venice. She was especially beloved by her students for her sweet nature and musical voice. After a long and painful illness, she died in 1947, and St. John Paul II canonized this first Sudanese saint on October 1st, 2000. It's amazing how St. Josephine Bakhita was introduced to Christ despite all the difficult, dark moments in her life. Just think of being a slave pretty much all your life. But she kept that sweet, that beautiful nature in her heart. And I have to say that it's only through her faith and love for the Lord that kept her going, that kept her strong amidst all the challenges in her life, all the hardships. What a great example, a great reminder for all of us. It's our faith. It is our love for the Lord that will get us going in this life.